So the worm is back and we're gonna beat it again. So it's pretty much the same boss. I think it's actually the same boss as the last update. And the other boss also is the same set of boss as the last update. And it's the same, the DOD also, the purple one. You need to heal. Any source of healing works, because when you heal you increase fire damage. And you actually don't even need a healer here, because you can heal with Glimmer, which is the dagger for Wonder. And you can have like skill 3, Wind also can heal. Blast damage increase, the sweeper damage also increase. As for the gimmick, it has a soul link, so it will distribute the damage. And then it also has a DOT, the poison stack. So actually just after the first turn, they will inflict 3 stacks on you. And then you will take a lot of damage actually, like 25% damage, 23, 25 I think, every turn. But in return, you actually get some attack buff. So this is a team. Like I said, there's no need for healers. No need Marion, no need no need Salmoko. In fact, they do worse than this team. But disclaimer, you need at least A2 Riddle to get more points than Moko and Marion. I think if you are Moko 5-star weapon, Summer Moko 5-star weapon, I think she might be better here. I don't have it, so I don't know, because I think she can debuff defense, right, with the weapon. So you might actually prefer her over Leon, I think. You just need to have A2 Riddle. If you don't have, you can watch the end of the video. There's a section where I show a few other rotations that doesn't require Riddle. So let's go. Closer is gonna be our DPS. If your closer is too strong, you can use like a guard or like a gun or something in the first turn. Because my closer is only 4-star weapon, I need to use a skill on the first turn in order to kill it in time. The rotation is 5 turns. 5 turns is so that we can get extra healing from Glimmer. Virtue Resolve, 4-star weapon, set screen. The next one is Leon. Leon is quite good here because he can heal with highlight. Skill 2 can also heal if you're lucky, assuming you still have shield left after taking the DOT. Skill 3 can also buff. The most ideal health range for Summer Closer is between 50 and 60%. It's because 50%, more than 50% is for the Revelation card. Less than 60% is for Leon A6. That's the most ideal health range you want Closer to be at, which you can do on the first break turn. Second break turn not really possible, I think, unless you get super lucky with your heals and stuff, for not heal but like HP, the damage, because the poison stack can do quite a bit. Because if you have characters still have a lot of HP, you can actually heal Closer instead, so you don't have to heal your other characters. But it's very unlikely because your other characters are super squishy. You have Trust and Power, 5-star weapon, set screen. Next up we have Riddle. Riddle A2 is good because of crit damage. There is going to be some RNG involved because you need to get 5 stacks of this on the first break turn, so you can use skill 3 to get the crit damage. This will buff the damage a lot. And like I said, using A2 Riddle gives me more scores than using A1 R0 Marion, as well as and also just A0 Sawamoko. Trust and Prosperity. Prosperity is not really needed, but I'm just gonna give it to get the damage buff. The 4-star weapon, stat screen. Then we have Wind. Wind is important here, not only for just debuff, but skill 3 can heal. Super important. It's actually one of the main ways to sustain in this team, because you don't have a healer, right? And it's also to heal Closer to get the stage effect. Resolve and Label set, 4-star event weapon, stat screen. The Wonders weapon. You need Glimmer here, it's a must. Like I said, for the blessing stacks to heal, so that Closer can heal at the end of every turn. This is to get the stage effect, and also to get her to 5 healings to get Tropical Heart, so that she can use Q3 twice in a row in the last 2 turns. Now Persona, all 3 will be useful here. We have Dominion here for Cohesion and Rebellion, Cert for Maracunda to debuff. Then we have Cert and Lorn for Highlight. We need to use the Highlight to sustain for shield. Wind Barrier to sustain, Margarula to debuff with passive as well as inflict the Wind Sweat. So that's important. For turn order, make sure Wonder moves after Riddle. So it can be like this also, it's fine. Just make sure Wonder is after Riddle. This is so that because on one of the turns, Wonder is going to attack, which can generate the stack for Riddle. And with that, we can begin. So it's skill 1 Riddle. And then skill 3. And Wind Barrier. This is to extend like one more turn to get more healing for Closer, so that she can get Tropical Heart. Your Closer is super strong. If you have maybe a 5-star weapon, you can just use gun, shoot the one that's inside. If you only have 4-star weapon like me, you can use the skill 1 to do short damage. Now using Wind skill 3, target the one that has the lowest HP who is not Closer. You don't need to target Closer yet, and then everybody else has a higher chance of dying, so now use skill 3. We don't have the 5 stacks, but it doesn't matter. We're still early. Now we use Shoot Highlight from Wonder to give more sustain. Then can do a skill 2. Wonder can do Maracunda from Sword. And Closer can do skill 3. It's a must here. And make sure you don't kill. Person to tank. Everybody looking healthy. Yeah, this is good. As long as everybody is above 75%, except Closer, then it's fine. You're gonna heal Closer anyway, so her HP doesn't really matter right now. Then skill 1 with Win. This time we break. Skill 1 Widow. And then we need to pray that Widow gets the 5 stacks. Skill 3. Then we do Magarula. Pray that it doesn't kill and make sure try to get as many win swap as possible. Okay, that's good. 4 out of 5. And now we skill 1 with Closer. Hopefully we get 5 stacks of the thing for Widow. Okay, we did. That's good. If you don't, you have to restart. 5 stacks is important for the crit damage for A2. Okay, now this action here is super important. All you do now is use Leon's highlight. Aim on Closer. This is to heal her so that she can get the extra stack. There are 2 things you can do with her skill 3. The first thing is you can use skill 3 to heal someone else. But ideally, you use skill 3 on Closer to heal her back up a bit, so that we can use Leon's skill 2 later on to reduce her HP to between 50 and 60%, which is the ideal range. More than 50% will activate her Revelation card. Less than 60% will activate Leon's A6. So as long as your characters have like half HP or more, you can use skill 3 on Closer to heal her. If not, you heal on someone else to make sure that they survive. Now we can use a skill 3 Widow. Then we can do a Leon skill 2. Now Closer will be at 54-55% I think. And now we do Rebellion on Closer. Then we do a skill 3. Then we skill 3 again, heal the lowest HP. It is a bit dangerous actually. Leon might actually die to the DOT. So I want to pray. So Widow is just, we're just gonna use skill 1. Let's pray Leon survive with skill 3. Oh, he survived. That's crazy. That's barely, that's super lucky. Now we Cohesion on Closer. It's very ideal. Because I think if Leon dies, I think some of the buffs he gave will be removed. Then we Closer highlight. Then we use skill 3. Last damage. Okay, I think about 40 million. Yep, pretty good. So I'll show you a few other rotations here. So with Moko and Marion, you can do this in 4 turns instead, because they have healing, they have enough to heal Closer the Tropical Heart. to skill 3 twice in the last 2 turns. And you can see that I got less cores than the rotation I have in this video. 5 million less, which is quite significant. And both of them also 5 wind swept. In the video I think only 4, right? But that's a difference, so that's quite a big difference. But the Moko I have, Sour Moko I have is only 4 star weapon. 5 star weapon I think might actually be better than the team I'm using in this video. But yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. Maracunda, Margarola, Rebellion Coalition is the same rotation and stuff. So this one, you don't have Riddle, you are used Read inside. It's also 5 turns because we don't really need extra healing. And it's pretty much the same thing, just skill 1, skill 3, skill 1, skill 3, skill 3 for the wind rotation. Everything else is, I believe, the same. You can see that with 2 wind swept I go by 35.4 million, which is about the same as a 5 wind swept for Marion and Moko. So I think this rotation might potentially still do better than Marion or Sour Moko team. But for her, just give her departure control. Just make sure that you attack a different enemy every time. And I think I recommend you to just skip the worm, the big boss, because the big boss usually has more defense. Just skip it. Attack the debuff the worms, the Nidhoggr instead, so that I can do more damage. And everything else is pretty much the same. And just quickly, I'll show you the rotation for this video. It's this one. If you want to copy or whatever, screenshot it, whatever, feel free.